Hey, what's up everyone? So today we are working on our Klx140. It is a '09 Monster Energy Edition. And when we got this thing originally, it was mint. So unfortunately, one time we were trailing it back from Michigan, and one of our straps broke, and it was on just our car hauler, and it fell off the side. So it is what it is. You know, a couple things happened. We ended up getting some road rash here on the fender, or on the plastic, and it did mess up our peg here just a little bit, but honestly that's the least of my worries. Other side got a little, this side actually doesn't look too bad, but well, I'll take that sticker off and see if we actually got to replace that plastic or not, because we're going to order up new plastic, we have a new seat cover. We're going to get rid of the stupid adapter for our bars and just go back to normal. We got our bars right here, some micas that should be pretty dope. Those are pit bike low bars. We got our mica grips. We got one replacement lever. Probably just going to buy the other one to get it done. Our throttle tube is pretty gouged up, so we had to get a new one of those. What else do we got to do? Probably needs a fresh battery. So we're gonna go through this whole thing. Oh, we got a new LED light for it, because this was just kind of like a temporary job. So we have what we run on our other pit bikes. Woo! Alright, here we go. So just one of these guys right here. Simple, easy. They work great. So pretty pumped about getting this thing back going. We're gonna, when we're doing all this, we're gonna check our valves, make sure everything's adjusted properly. We're gonna go through the carb, clean it out, see if maybe we need to rejet it or not. I think we are just gonna leave the stock exhaust on it, but we're gonna get this thing dialed in, bring it back to stock, and maybe throw a couple extra goodies on there. So we'll see what happens. I'm totally not set on if we're leaving stock exhaust on there, but I'm thinking I should. We got plenty of other projects we got to get at this this winter, and it's gonna be fun. So all right, let's get at her. Alright guys, so just to tell you again that these are the mica bars, and I just wanted to compare them to our stock bars on our 140. So you can see that they're a decent amount higher, and they also got a little bit wider stance too. So like I said, originally we did have these on here, but we're getting rid of that and we're just going with stock height. We're not spacing this out anymore, and we already tested to make sure that our throttle cable is going to be good. So just because it looks like we're probably have to buy a new one anyways, so I just wanted to make sure that we'd have to buy like an extended length one or anything like that. So looks like we're going to be good with stock. So anybody looking to put, you know, mica pit bike low bars on their 140, they'll fit stock, no problem. Nothing's been extended, so yeah. But we're going to dig into that carb now, see what kind of dirt we got in that thing. All right, so it ended up working out really well. We undid our clamp here, and then we took the top part off to get our needle out, which just unscrews and it all pulls out. Just be careful, you know, pulling it out, and you should be fine, and you should be able to set that right back in there, no issues. But yeah, we got it out. First thing I noticed is that we are leaking gas a little bit. All right, oh yeah, all right, but this throttle plate's loose, which I've seen that on a couple carbs I've taken off. So we need to tighten those bad boys up, because I assume that guy flapping there is no bueno. So we're going to pull our bowl off and see how much gunk's in there. Alright guys, so we did get the bowl out, and as you can see in there, you see that? There is dirt. So nothing crazy, but there is dirt in the bowl, which means that we need to pull out our jets here, and then we need to blow through our leak passages here. And hopefully just make sure there's no debris. Hopefully we could see through the jets. They are going to be tinier, so it's not like your 450s and all that where you could see the sun through the other side or anything like that. But should be able to get these puppies clean and get her back to dialed in. So I'm also curious what jet size is in this. Maybe we might bump it up a smudge. Alright guys, so we got our caps off for our valves here. This one is obviously your intake valve, and this one's your exhaust valve. So you take those caps off, and they're going to look just like this. And we didn't have any problems with our seals breaking, so that was good. And then you want to take your end cap off here, or sorry, your side cap. And that's going to have another seal. It's going to look kind of like this. So again, no worries, we didn't damage the seal at all coming off. Just be careful you don't pry at it too much, or you could take the risk of breaking the seal, I guess. We took our spark plug out because that's going to make it a lot easier for you to turn it to top dead center. So what you have here is a mark right here. And then if you guys see, can you see that? That little dimple right there? You're going to line your mark up with that, and that's going to be your top dead center. Alright, so then you're going to want to take your feeler gauge, which you want to be anywhere from 0.004 to 0.008. So what I would say is kind of sticking right there in the middle with a tight 5 or tight 6. We actually already did ours. The exhaust side was good, but our intake was actually a little tight. So all we did was took this nut off. We backed it loose, and we spun this with our feeler gauge on the 4 in there to where it felt pretty snug. Then we pulled it out, slightly snugged that, and then tested it, and we ended up with a tight 5, and the 6 barely works its way in there. And that's the same exact we got for the front, so we're pretty happy with that. So that's done. Carb's done. We're going to put our cap back on. We are going to order a new spark plug, so we're not putting that back in. But we can start buttoning stuff back up here and hopefully get her dialed in. Alright, so we have our stuff lined up here. And we're going to mount our light bar. We're going to put our grips on. Everything's set up. Got our boys here. He's playing some dirt bike games. And we're going to get this thing going. Alright. Alright guys, I'm going to try not to block you here, and I got 2 minutes before I run out of video. So what you're going to want to do is heat this up right here. You're going to take your 1 wrench, you put it on like that, and then you're going to put your other one on like that. You're going to get a light bend, nothing crazy. Make sure it stays warm. This is the easy way on how to straighten out your bent levers. Don't force it. And I say that looks pretty good right there, but we're going to get greedy and try fixing this last part. I don't know if we'll get it or not, but we'll see. Put the on there like that. I think we're gonna go like that instead. Boom. That's how you straighten out your lever. So this one actually wasn't too bad bent up, but it's all straight now. It's good to go. Not too hot either. Alright, so we got our seat cover off. And just recommend, make sure you get kind of comfortable taking this thing off, because it definitely takes a minute. So it looks like we already kind of fixed our door here. I didn't know we did that, but apparently we stuffed it with what looked like a little bit of a sponge before we taped it up, and it seems like it's going to be all right. So I ain't going to worry about that. As you guys see, there's plenty of, staples from the factory there. So what I use is just like a flathead, a tiny one to get underneath the staple, and then I use a pair of pliers to pull it out. So it does take some time, but it does work. So that's how we do it. So we're gonna go get our new seat now and see how it wraps on. Alright guys, so we got our seat cover done. It's only like the second or third seat cover I've ever done. Just been lucky, I guess. But I don't know, it's okay. Could have a little bit better. It seemed like the staples were having a little bit of a hard time going to some of that plastic. I don't know if maybe using maybe electric one or an air compressed one would be better. That'd be easier, that's for sure. We already put some stable in the gas tank here, but just a nice little trick here. If you don't have any seafoam and you're just trying to clean the carb out, just use some good old carbon air intake cleaner, spray it in the tank for a little bit. It's honestly just a little precaution, if anything. It's not gonna, I wouldn't say it's gonna do much, but we got our battery charged for now. We'll see how it holds. She's running pretty good. Still got the stock exhaust, like I said. Spark arrestor's just torn out of there. Now that we got our vents right here, but yeah, she's running good. So we're still waiting on our plastic, which we should be picking that up tomorrow, I think. And then we should be able to get the rest of this bike buttoned up. And other than that, we got our wheels for the most part clean, everything like that. There's still some mud in the fenders and all that, but I ain't gonna worry about trying to clean that right now in the garage. It's not a big deal. Season comes, we'll get the pressure washer out and just do one more over, on it. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. She's definitely looking good. She's definitely looking close to better to, how she looked when we got her. She's still got a couple scuffs and all that, but that's just the name of the game. It's not a big deal. It's a dirt bike, you know what I mean? So let's get these plastics on and get this thing back to what she used to be. And then we'll go on to our next project. All right. All right, what's up, everyone? We are back here. We finally got our plastics from the dealership. And we ended up getting some oil and a filter here. And the reason we went with this oil, just because it's what they had there. And we did go with full synthetic. As I actually explained in my other video, this bike does a lot of sitting. So that's why we are going to be running a synthetic in it, which is what we always run in it. And other than that, we're going to get these side pieces on and that'll be it. So let's get these things on, and then actually I'll talk to you a little bit more about the bike and wrap up the video, and we'll talk about our next project. All right, so that is a wrap on the 140. We're gonna talk real quick. So we did the mica bars. We got our LED bar on. We had to move some stuff around actually here at the end with our throttle to make sure our cable wasn't getting pulled. It is a very, very tight fit, because whenever we put the handlebars this way, we'd actually pull on our throttle a little bit, and it was revving it up. So definitely make sure all that stuff fits, but we actually got it tucked down here. I don't see any reason why that's not acceptable. And when we pull the clutch in, everything clears here just right, and these are actually tucked in a little bit, which is actually fine for me. That fits just right. That's comfortable. LED bars hooked up. That's good. New clutch lever on this side. We cleaned that up. We got that bent right. We did a little touch up on our covers here. Got that cleaned up. New plastic. We did our coating on our exhaust here. New seat cover, which we probably will take another whack at this thing and try tightening it up a little bit better. Our staple gun was not working that great, even though it's brand new. Should have been working good, but I don't know what the problem is. But staples weren't going in good, which causes a little bit of difficulty pulling it tight and trying to get the staples to drive in. So don't know what the deal was there. But other than that, she fires up. Turn it on real quick here. I mean, running good. Got our vents right here. So, but perfect example real quick, I know I'm running this video long, is go watch my Rotella video, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. I bought Kawasaki oil. I mean, I'm a sucker. That's what I am. Because Kawasaki oil is, it's any other oil. There is no such thing like Kawasaki oil is going to be good for this Kawasaki motor. But not bad, and we were at the dealer, so we just went with the flow. And so we did that with this synthetic, like I'll talk about in the video. The bike sits a lot, so that's why we do run synthetic. It doesn't get ran a lot, so it's all good. But other than that, this bike's fresh, ready to go. And we got other little knickknacks, but other than that, she's good. So we got some fun trips coming up this year between Aspen and Rush down in Kentucky. So we definitely want this bike to be along with us because it's going to be very reliable. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or anything, put something in the comments for me. I'll respond back. We'll see you later.